It's either third time's a charm or third strikeout, we're done.
What's it worth?
$1.5 million.
When other people have come through here, I mean, you know, he's been through here twice. How come they haven't bought him yet? Sunday morning, chasing cars, going to a state unknown. I'm not going to disclose where we're going because it's a secret bunker. A widow with 30 Corvettes, badass rides, in a secret warehouse. Real barn find. We've been working on this for a while. Today's the real barn find day. And while we're up in that part of the world, we're going to stop by Milwaukee this morning, check on our Testarossa build. It's probably going to be the baddest ass hot rod built in this decade. So we're leaving Fort Worth, Texas, and we're heading to a secret place. Let's go.
So what's up, everybody? I am up here in Wisconsin for the third time. Super nice lady. Her husband passed away a long time back, and there's a whole bunch of cars in here, and I think about 28 of them. There's some boats. Most of them are Corvettes. Most of them are very, very nice Corvettes. And I figured I'd pretty much gave up on it. So I was telling my buddy John Clay about the ghost story of the Corvettes in Wisconsin. He goes, well, we got to go make a run at them. So here we are.
Again. It's either third time's a charm or third strikeout, we're done.
Yeah, I know, man. And then you guys filled up the plane, and I had to fly on commercial.
Why?
Because I just had to get here, man.
Oh.
I had to make it. But you guys, let's go in. We all know. But we'll save that for another story. Yeah, so you brought your boy?
Yep, Maddox.
Hello, Miss Rawlings.
Brought my crew chief, Kevin, and my father-in-law came over from Denmark. Crazy Lars the Viking.
No, I partied with him at the Battle of the Eclipse.
Yeah, that's right.
He's a madman.
He wanted to make sure we get these cars
And of course,
bought.
my boy Ben here, you'll recognize him from back when we did the big deal back in Minnesota and Jordan with Denny Cannonberg. Ben put that together for us. Let's go see what we can get here, guys, because it's going to get dark soon.
Lots of vets.
This is buddy John Clay Wolfe. And that's Ben. You've seen him, and then these other guys are, one's the pilot, one's the son, and we're just going to check it out like we did last time. John's got to see what we're up against. Obviously, they haven't moved.
No. Just by you having saying you were coming up, then some of my friends said, well, we know someone that wants just a vet. So.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Like I told you last time, you don't want to let somebody come pick the cream of the crop, or you'll be stuck with all the other stuff.
Well, they want the whole collection of vets, but
then you're stuck with all the other bits.
yeah, there's like 7 extra.
I know what she's doing. You're just telling me everybody's interested so we can get on that price number. I know what's happening. Well, we're going to try to run through it as quick as we can for you, so you don't have to hang out any longer than necessary. And I'm trying to get home tonight.
Yeah.
And what have you. So, John, when you're ready.
How many units are here? Do you know the count?
23.
Total? Including the boats?
No. The boats are 24, 25.
Okay, so 25 total.
But that includes the cars that are apart? Because I
Yeah.
had 28, I thought.
Oh.
With 3 or so that are completely apart.
I don't know.
Hey, Max.
I don't know for sure.
Will you go through and just count cars?
The crazy thing is this is a Model A. This is what Gas Monkey cut its teeth on. I bought and sold probably hundreds of these cars. And there was a day probably 15 or 20 years ago when I would have given my right eyeball for one of these. And now they're just down. The hobby in this genre is kind of going down. There's always going to be a niche market. But this car, 20 years ago, I probably gave 14, 15 grand for it. Now I got to figure it at 5 or 6.
Richard said that he didn't think the car's been started in 20 years. Is that right? Or is it just some of them?
Probably.
It's been that long?
Well, the one the green one, it was the most recent one, and that was like 8 years ago,
So a lot of these cars haven't been started in almost 20 years.
probably.
When other people have come through here, I mean, he's been through here twice. How come they haven't bought them yet? I'm not asking questions I know the answers to. I'm just trying to figure out.
A lot of them don't have a building, you know, to put them in,
Right.
and they don't want the whole collection.
Right.
They just want to pick a few, and so that's kind of where it is, you know. Or they've already got their own collection, and they're just kind of adding to it, so they want.
This one or that one?
Yeah,
No,
right.
Okay, so
They'll pick out a few.
Is he the only person who's tried to buy the whole batch?
Basically.
Okay.
Now, initially, I tried to contact Jay Leno, through a email.
I have his number.
Oh.
I don't think.
A lot of people give him those cars.
Yeah, most of Jay Leno gets his
free.
cars given to him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was nice. Does he?
If you give them to Jay, I'll call him and he'll take them from me.
Oh,
So you offered 6 a while back.
We started at $1 million, and then I got home and was able to collect, and that was about COVID started, and then I was closer to 6 or so, and she's trying to get to 8, right? John?
I got a question. If we get to 700, will that do it? What will do it?
8. I mean, I'm not coming from just nowhere.
Sure.
And some of them have gone up, and some of them have gone down. Now, for instance, there's 3 in here. The big block 69, I think Richard said that was 130 or 140, or he said that the first time.
It was before COVID. Now I think it's 100. The 63 split window, this one.
Yeah, what did you say on those?
Most 63s right now are selling for $130 to $150, but you got to get it on the road, and a car like that's going to take no less than $5,000, probably 10,
Probably 50.
to get
Because
it
to get
going.
to those price points on those great cars, you've got to make them not okay, but great.
They got to be
It's got to
perfect.
be perfect.
But just for the 3 cars, we were kind of looking at 350,
I believe that was what we said,
and so then you got 13.
and I'll do that right now, and we can let you go home.
Then what we'd be doing to you what he's warning you about. And that's why whenever I've done these, I've done a lot of it, just focusing on the big number is really the thing to do. Because to tell you the truth,
Yeah.
that 150 or that 89,
Yeah.
it always doesn't work out that way.
Right.
So I buy the number and just work the number. I mean, I've got one that I bought in Alabama, a widow, bought 25 of her cars. They're all 0 miles. Like her husband collected new cars. Like about a 71 Vet with 10 miles. Cadillac, a 56 with like 200 miles. So they had all these cars he never drove. And I numbered them, and then I put the big number, and when I sold them, I was wrong. The big number was right, but the individual numbers were wrong. Nobody's as smart as they think they are, not, and I'm definitely not. But you just got to be kind of a cowboy and wing it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
make sure
yeah.
you're winging it at a number that you think you can haul them,
Right.
regas tank them,
Okay. So what is the hauling figure? You guys probably know that.
$1,000 a rig.
It'll be more than 1,000 because they don't run.
Right. Well, that's why I was trying to make sure we get a hard count. Just whatever the number is per unit times the car count. Do y'all have a car count yet?
About 21 and a half.
And a half.
Body.
Oh, well, let's get to looking.
Okay.
It's a rubber bumper, chrome bumper.
It's a big problem.
Yeah,
It's not a problem. It's a huge
but
problem. It's LA2, but LA2 is not that big of a deal. Is this just super low miles or something? I'm looking to get my footing on baselines and get a hard footing on what we do know or what we believe we know on value, and then figure out the cars we're really gambling on is what I'm doing. But like this car could be worth $5,000, or this car could be worth 12.
46,000.
Okay, it's worth $7,000.
Like estimated values, like that.
The appraisers are a nice place to start, but just like when I go to sell them, it's the money. Who's gonna pay?
Yeah.
The appraisers, da-ga-da. COVID got the prices high, now it's coming down. The appraisers just scare the hell. If the appraiser would come through and appraise all my cars and give me a check for it, I'd be the richest guy you know.
Well, like you said, that one had gone down in value, the Buick Skylark.
A little bit. They're just the 50s cars, the Tri-5 Chevys, and anything in the 50s is just losing their luster because the people that wanted those from their childhood are sadly passing on, and nobody's paying attention.
And you're right. It's going to cost $50,000 to move these cars.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah.
Because super clean Volkswagen Bug, believe it or not. But even if it's running, driving perfect, and it looks like it's been totally restored, it's really nice. I'm thinking 15, 20 grand, 18 if you get lucky.
The Beetle has gone up, right?
Um,
I'm looking at some of those online.
That can be, you go look for a car that's for sale, like, what is that, 65?
63.
63, and somebody's asking 30 grand for it, but they're asking that, they're not getting it.
Yeah. Well, they said that was restored perfectly, or
It is a nice car.
very well done. they
It is a
said.
super nice car.
And that was actually my father-in-law's car.
Oh, really cool.
Yeah. So,
How much acreage is here?
5 acres. You know.
What's it worth?
I'm wanting in the area of $1.5 million.
John, as you walk around, what are you seeing?
Problems, work. I'm seeing probably more labor than what I want to do. And her head's messed up from an appraisal service. And
Bottom line, retail.
I hear you. Oh, retail? Retail? I haven't even started. I mean, on the number, like the buy number. Those boats aren't.
Yeah, but up here's people.
You ever tried to sell that shit? I have.
Yeah,
It ain't no
we
fun.
wouldn't even move them. We'd wholesale them off.
Yeah.
That's Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes. So you just come get them. I figured them at 10 grand a piece.
Okay.
Who cares?
I could bring 10 grand, and then you got to spend another 10 to get them right.
Yeah, but
So it's all about, like, he was asking what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we get the hard baseline of the cars that we really know.
she thinks the property's worth a million. It's 5 acres on that corner. Gotta be worth more than that.
I called my buddy, and he said this is real rural country, but yeah, the property's worth it. Does it make from $1 million? And I think that's what I was thinking. Do we offer her the whole route, the cars and the
Everything in the book.
yeah?
I mean, except for their trailer that belongs to the
I
volunteer
want that
fire.
too.
Yeah, right.
Fuck 'em.
You can go in there and crawl around.
It's 5 acres.
That's what she said. Because there's a big old lot over here, and then it goes all the way back behind us to that other road. So, if I was the gambling man that I would be, I'd be like, okay, 17.5.
So you feel real confident on? I haven't analyzed them. You did the numbers on the good ones.
The misnomer is we don't know. This is frozen country. I don't know if those engine blocks cracked one summer.
Right.
I mean, one winter.
Right. I didn't even think about that.
You know what I mean? I mean, I think they have a little bit of climate control. I know they don't have AC, but I don't know about heat.
Right.
So that's a problem.
That is a problem. I asked Kevin to bring a brake over bar, but that wouldn't tell if the block's cracked.
And I just did my red Ford pickup truck that was running and driving perfectly, but it was getting hot. We replaced everything in the world, and it turns out, cracked in the block.
Ouch. I think it's got 40. Sort of.
It's got 40 miles or 40,000? And yeah,
40,000, right?
It's
Just a nice car, but it's just a.
well, I got the nicest one in the world, triple black, and I paid $27.5 for it.
And you're buried
I'm buried.
deep. That car's worth $7 grand. Let me tell you, if he's in at 700, I don't even know if I'm going to partner with him. He's
don't know.
speaking on his own.
I don't know if I'm with you at 650. Now, if we could do $1,650,000 and get the land, and
You want the
everything.
land.
Well,
That's better than the cars because you don't have to work on the damn land. Yeah, I learned the hard way about how much work it takes to do this, and it is not cute. Yeah, we're offering fun. You're here for a reason because you're a straight up guy.
Yeah.
What do you think I should do?
I think you're in the right price. I don't think you can give like 750 for this car. Like you say, it's too much work. So
But what do you think that lady's doing?
I don't know. I think she's sentimental and maybe she don't want to sell and maybe she won't. And
Do you think she's trying to put the boots to me?
I don't think you can buy it.
Do you think she's trying to bend me over?
I think so.
I do too.
She
I don't
wanna
think that-
she wanna have some bits and she can give another one and get more for it.
Right. That's what she wants to do.
I think so.
Well, she's sweet. She's. I don't think she wants to pay the taxes. So, I'm ready to get a beer and get the hell back to Texas. When I was talking to her about those blocks freezing in that room, is that real up here?
Very much so. 25 below 0 Fahrenheit is not unusual.
Where does radiator fluid? Where does antifreeze pop?
The freeze plugs. Yep. Or the block will crack, or the heads will crack, or I mean, it's a whole host of bad things.
But
can
if you got
happen.
antifreeze in the engine for 20 years, it starts breaking down.
Oh yeah.
So the water.
Yep.
Hey Richard,
Kind of
after
thing.
20 years, it separates and breaks down and becomes water again, so it freezes.
What does all the anti become?
But how long does the antimatter hold up?
I don't know.
Not long enough. And as you know, boat engines, they will crack, and so will cars.
Well, I'm telling you right now,
If it's 20 below up here, they probably are cracked.
the play
Is the problem?
is to buy it all where it sits, have a big ass party in an auction right here
Right.
on property just discovered, and sell it all with the hype. Even all these trailers, they're all full of furnitures and computers and stuff. He had supposedly like an 8-story office building up somewhere and put everything into these storage containers where they've been for 20 years. I'd have mystery trailer sale. How much for this trailer?
But you just want to have an auction and charge her a fee?
What are we hoping for? 10 to 15%?
I think we're at the number we're at. We might get lucky there.
Yeah.
Lead
Make sure we have
mechanic
your
of
number. This is
GMTV
my
Garage,
third
sir.
time.
What is your opinion?
I'm probably
Should I do it or should we leave?
I think you should do it if you get your price you want.
We don't have the price for it. But I mean, what do you think it's going to take to get these cars gathered up?
You know it's going to take. It's going to be like the drive down for
It's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
It's going to be worth it. I think we drink some beer and go home and save this for another day. This is too much work, too much pain in the ass. I'm not green. I'm not trying to learn. I've learned all the lessons I need to learn in this shit. I'm done.
All right, so what'd you think after seeing
I
everything?
thought most of it was pretty cool. I mean, I don't know as much. I'm kind of still learning from them about this market, but I thought most of it was pretty cool. I was surprised by a lot of the price they were throwing out, like that Model A. I'm hearing that was only $7,000. That shocked me because I was thinking like that's a historic piece. Whoa! And when I walked in there, I was like, that's probably the best one, but only $7,000. So lots of Corvettes. I think I definitely do remember the Alabama barn find. And down there's those cars, a bunch of those cars we have there, they're still down there after a year. So I do see that work that goes into restoration. Some of them, I look at them and it's just, that thing's not gonna be drivable for a while. And some, I mean, they need a lot less work, but it's kind of also a packaged deal. So you have to buy a lot of them together.
So he's been doing this for 30 or 40 years.
For a living, 22-ish, but for fun,
I've been doing this for 30.
God, you're old.
I know. And we go around, last time you were in Minnesota, you bought a 250 package.
Well, a few years back, it was around 190 motorcycles and like 40 or 50 cars. But I bought the land, I bought all the memorabilia. It was his lifetime collection. I bought the house, I bought everything. Well, her problem is that she's like, well, this, you said this is 130, this is 150, and I'm like, yeah, running, driving, perfect. So these are not running, driving, perfect. We don't even really know what they have because that's not a climate-controlled building.
If your loved one died, you want to clean it out. Somebody to take all the bad stuff and all the good stuff and give the right prices on the good stuff and give bad money for the bad stuff because bad stuff's not worth anything. That's what we do. We'll buy the big number. We're gamblers too. We lose. How many times have you lost?
More times than I can count.
How much did you lose on that GT at Barrett?
Oh, I lost probably 20% of my money.
And how much was that? Like 100?
I don't know. I don't want to see it.
I know, you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it.
You don't talk about the
But
loss.
we're being honest. So we lose our ass sometimes. And we're still out here gambling because we win more than we lose. But everybody with this dream boaty stuff, I'm going to take it to Barrett, I'm going to take it to Meekum. You're not going to like you're into that deal. We will put them so close to the money and get you a wire and make this easy. We'll transport them, pick it up. This is our problem. We're hopefully going to make something, but we might not. But if you have a collection that you want to sell, we'll get our butt on the airplane and we'll be there. Wire ready. Go to Give Me the VIN. Tell them you got a collection. Go to Gas Monkey. Tell them you got a collection. We'll both come up there and buy it.
And I will promise you one thing. I will give you half of what they're worth in cash if that's what you like.
I got a $25 million package up in Boston going to look at. And we could fund big ones like that too. We're
$25 million package?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm down. I can pitch in like a couple $100,000.
Awesome, dude. 50-50.
Woo!
So how did this all end? Well, it's not over yet, and that's why we're not talking about where it is exactly and who it is. It's been going on a while. We negotiated a little more this week. We're getting closer. She's starting to understand that the work that goes into these things is a real dollar amount. I don't think it costs $50,000 to move the cars. I said that earlier, but I do think it costs $35,000. We have to get them ready, get them up on their feet. Which one has a cracked block? Which one's got a bad transmission? That Corvette engine you saw slung out on the floor earlier, it's been a year. The engine was gummed up. We had to redo a lot of things. Car has 11 miles on it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. We will do a follow-up to this to let you know how it ends up. We're still in negotiations with her. We will see you next time right here on GMTV Garage.